Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappinkaty.ctmh.com, and I am doing something totally different, never done before. I am joining She's Crafty in a mini paper pad class where she will give us a sketch and then we'll use our mini paper pads. And so I have gone ahead and made some kits, and you can kind of see them here, but then we are going to go into more detail with these. So I had these mini paper pads. I don't use them often, but I had them in my stash. And then, believe it or not, I even went and purchased some. And then, of course, I have tons of close to my heart leftover paper, leftover embellishments. So I am just pulling from the colors from the mini pad and then going to make kits that I can just grab each week and make the layouts per the sketch that She's Crafty will supply. So you can see here that I pulled out just a little container of, everything imaginable. They are pretty much either grouped together by close to my heart line, or they are grouped together by color. So this particular paper pad had to do with travel. So I've just pulled out some of the bright colors, as well as anything that I can kind of pull from that has to do with either traveling by plane, by car, vacations, anything like that. And of course, you see I've got more of my stash. It's really pitiful. But I am going to pull these out, and then I start pulling out more, kind of knowing what my paper pads look like. And so I've just pulled out a bunch of embellishments, and then I'll add them to the kit as we go. So the good thing I'm loving about this kit or this class is it's not only kind of getting me out of my comfort zone. You guys know that I use close to my heart products, and really I love it because everything just matches perfectly. But I have all this stash, and a lot of this came from, I was on a couple of non-close to my heart design teams. And so they would send me a whole bunch of new paper lines as well as embellishments. And I just kind of packed them up and forgot about them. And so this is also forcing me to use my stash. So I'm finished with that first kit. And the second kit is all about coffee. And y'all know me, I'm just going to have so much fun with this one. So on this one, I ended up pulling out almost the majority of every pattern paper. I just couldn't make up my mind. And then I am going to kind of look through all those embellishments that I pulled out, and then bring back those little compartments as well, and grab some ribbon and then just some metal embellishments that I can use. Now for this coffee one, I'm going to have it all about my love of coffee. So you're going to kind of see some love sentiments as well as playing on some of the colors that are in those papers. Now, what you see me do here is I am just packaging up all the loose pieces, embellishments that I'm going to have, and then putting them in a smaller bag. And then there are some of those collections that I only want a couple of the images. So I'm just cutting the acetate sheets off and then saving the rest of those for some of my other kits that I'm going to pull out. Now, if you recognize any of these lines from Close to My Heart, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. I know some of them I kind of had to look at the packaging to remember what they were called. That's how old they are. And so this line that I'm using right here is all about summer, swimming, vacationing. So I pulled out a couple of things that will match. As I go through these kits, I noticed that my embellishments get less and less, and I don't know if it's because, it's definitely not because I've run out of embellishments. I can tell you that. I think it was just at that point I kind of realized, you know what, embellishments might be one of those things that as I do these kits, I'm going to have those on my desk or close by like I always do. And then I can just pull the embellishments as I pull the photos. Now that's one thing you will notice about these kits is I am not pulling the photos just yet. I'm going to kind of look and wait to see what the sketch is, and those will be posted when she does her videos on Sundays. So this one is definitely a Christmas line. Now, this is a paper pad that I actually purchased brand new. I got it at Michael's 60% off a couple of days ago. And so it's kind of after the fact, but I can guarantee you I have some Christmas photos that definitely can be scrapbooked, even after my 12 days of Christmas memories. And this one is going to be so fun. I love bright colors, and you guys know how I love me some neutrals, especially black. So I'm really excited about this little kit. Now this one has a bunch of rainbows, a bunch of food, and so I'm going to pull out some more of those little badge buttons that have pie and strawberries and cherries and stuff like that kind of reminisce or kind of make me reminisce about food. And I'm really not sure what photos I'm going to use, but I can guarantee you I'll find something to do. So I'm just going to package up these little loose pieces and then put that in a bag. And we are almost done. We only have 2 left. Now, this is a kit all about girls. Now, Close to My Heart did have a similar kit, and those are the papers that I pulled. It was from a kit that had unicorns on it called Little Dreamer, if you remember it. And so the paper pad I'm using really had to do with princesses and princes and kind of dreaming and stuff like that. And so that's why I chose those 2 pattern papers from the Little Dreamer collection. Now right here, I am trying to pull out, this is where I noticed that I'm running thin on the embellishments that I've already pulled. And I am just going through these big totes of embellishments once again to see if I overlooked anything. So I did find a couple of collections that I've pulled to kind of finish this kit off as well as the last one. So I am finishing this up. I'm pretty much happy. Now, as far as embellishments go, this kit is really scarce. And I think that's probably once I pick the photos, I will pull out those embellishment tubs and pick out some more. So for this one, I am pulling out a couple of pattern papers from this mini pad. And this one has a lot of animals in it, but it also has some kind of muted colors. They're not really bright. And so I'm pulling out, I don't even know what these collections are. You'll have to pardon me, but I'm just pulling out some of these little Infirma or whatever you call them. Affirma? I don't even know what you call them. So I'm just going to finish this one up, and then we can take a look at the still shots for the kits. So I've done 7. This mini class is actually 10 weeks. And so I have a few more kits to, I guess, put together. But this is the first time I've ever done kits. I've been to retreats where some of the ladies there come with all the papers and embellishments grouped together, much like you see here. They even have the photos. They get a lot done. And honestly, these kits were really fun to make. So I may keep on doing this, and let's see how it goes. And remember that this little mini class will go for the next 10 weeks, starting Sunday, January 3rd. If you don't want to miss a thing, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications.